this back to the downside here. Okay, put my stop loss right there. Okay, looking here at the NASDAQ futures this morning, we've got a push to the downside here. As you can see, we are bearish, making these lower lows and lower highs after having a bullish push to the downside. I mean, excuse me, to the upside yesterday. So we are now moving lower, and we have news at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So right now, I'm not interested in taking any trades. We also had news at 8:30 pre-market. So I'm going to hold off. There is a valid supply zone resting right here at 19,255, 256 area. So you can definitely see, if we look at structure, what's taking place. You can see the market was making, breaking structure to the upside. Then towards the close of yesterday's session, we had this high here. Then the market comes down. What does it do? It makes its first bullish run to the downside, pulling back, breaking lower. This was also a supply zone there. Now, this is a valid supply zone. The only issue that we may have is that there are plenty of gaps that need to be filled back to the upside. So we have to be cautious about, even if the market pulls back here, and, I'm not going to trade around 10 o'clock, and hopefully we don't immediately pull back to this area. Maybe we will kind of move sideways, not sure, but I'm going to hold off for 10-15 minutes, let the market volatility slow down. I'll get back to a normal pace, and then maybe we get a pullback here. But again, like I said, we got to be careful, because we have other areas where the market broke structure coming lower to the downside, and there are gaps that need to be filled back to the upside. That's what I'm trying to really say. So overall, we are bearish right now after breaking some structure lower. So it's 10 o'clock Eastern time right now. The market just created another supply zone right here at 19,155. So, I mean, we've got, lots of gas that need to be filled back to the upside. So you have to be very cautious about these trades, opportunities in which you look for on these pullbacks, with so many available or open areas of supply resting above. Now, I mean, the market could definitely turn back around, break structure here, get a pullback, make a higher low, and then break structure again, and then we can kind of get a shift back to the upside. So this is a major high right here. This is a major low that we are kind of in the middle of right now. Well, not say the middle of, but we are there's a leg right here is what I'm trying to say. So we'll see what takes place. All right, so I mentioned look like the market's going to take out this area here because we have there's plenty of imbalances resting back to the upside. This is a demand zone. I keep saying demand, I'm sorry. Supply zone resting to the upside here. There's another one up here. There's another. So there's lots of gaps that need to be filled on this, maybe move it back to the upside. So right now, we are slightly breaking above this high right here. So breaking structure to the upside here. So we'll see what takes place. If the market's going to continue pushing higher, what it's going to do. But we're still around news right now, and the market's kind of volatile. Looking at the, let's look at the market right now, especially looking at the dome and price action. So, I mean, you can see it here on the lower base chart. A lot of quick momentum push to the upside here. Now we're breaking structure on the 24 range, so it looks like now that we've moved from bearish back to bullish. But overall, we're still bearish on the higher base charts. If you're trading off the 24 long to an area of demand, then you're going to be counter trend. Nothing wrong with that, but just to know you're trading counter trend. But I don't recommend trading that way unless you really know how to, or know what you're doing. I say that, and understand that you're taking more risk on and doing so. So right now, looks like we broke some more structure going to the upside. This was a breaker structure above these highs. Yeah, I mean, the market could come back and pull back and test this area here, right here, and then maybe break higher. But again, if this is a pullback and you're trying to go long, then you're going against the overall trend as of right now. We're still bearish. Now, if we get a pullback and maybe a higher low, and then we break structure, then, then my shift would change. My bias would change in the market. All right, so I'm looking to see what the market is going to kind of reacting off of this level right here. I like to see things like this where it's not digging deep into the actual zone itself, but reacting off of it fairly quick. But still, I want to see some continued follow-up, or it's testing a supply zone on the 24 range too on the inside of that zone. So I'm going short. All right, so okay, I'm gonna scalp this real quick. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna scalp this back to the downside here. Okay. Put my stop loss right there. Come on. All right. I may need to put my stop up just a little bit here. We'll have it at 65, maybe 68, 69. Let's do that. 69. Give myself a little bit breathing room here. Come on. So right now it's rejecting off of that area there. It was a supply zone on the 24 and on the 20. On the 120. Come on, come on. So again, some bearish momentum here. Got a low, lower, high. Breaking this area so far, coming to the downside. Oh, hit my. Okay, got filled there. Good. 20-point move right there. All right, to the downside. So there is a supply zone right here. Okay. Right there. It came up, took out a little liquidity here, breaking above these highs here. So that did break above the area structures. Still, that's a high. It's taking out liquidity, and it's tapping into a supply zone resting above. Right now, on the higher base, 120, we're still bearish, even though we broke this first area structure. The market hasn't made really a pullback where it's made a area structure like made a higher low and then breaking structure to the upside. So that's what I'm looking for right now. This is like a little I classify these like little zippers, but really not a breaker structure. It did break above this high here, but I want to see more confirmation. I need to see a higher low being formed as we move higher, coming off of a swing or a pullback toward break structure to the upside. So it's tapped into this supply zone, and we have an area supply on the 120, on the 24 range resting right here. Okay, so that is the reasoning behind that trade there, picking up the 20 points. And as you can see, it came right to my profit area and then took off back up to the upside and broke more structure on the 24 range. Okay, you see the market still reacting off of that supply zone there. I'm gonna look over at the 60 range right quick. Again, this is on the NASDAQ futures. Yeah, there's a supply zone right here on the NASDAQ, high probability as well. Yep, it's reacting off of it. So there was a breaker structure on the 60 range as well. More confirmation, supply zone there. So you got multiple areas of confirmation there. We do have the 19,300 above these highs resting right here. So the market may want to try to target, these areas up to the upside. So yeah, but right now, we're a bit bearish to the downside. So my bias is only directionally speaking, looking for trades to go short until, maybe we get a shift in the market. Okay, so right now we have the market taking out multiple areas of structure higher, this high here, this high here. So, like I mentioned earlier, there's multiple gaps coming to the downside that it has to fill going back to the upside. And, we got a higher low here. It's attempting to break structure as we move higher. At this moment, we are breaking above this high right here, waiting for a close above to see what it's going to do. But yeah, I mean, we are moving back to the upside now. So this is a major high, this is a major low right here, and this is where a lot of people, tend to kind of get mixed up and make mistakes in trading. So let's kind of see what happens here. Looking here at the ES, this is a nice area of supply resting back up in here. As we came down, we broke structure below these lows here and here to the downside. So that's a nice area. Low, lower, high, falling through, breaking structure coming lower. This is a supply zone resting right here. Don't know if I get to it today, but I'm just showing that here on the ES. This is off the 60 range chart. And all right, I'm looking to take this position back to the upside here. Long, let me go ahead and set my stop. Couldn't even set my stop loss quick enough. See how fast it reacted back to the upside there. But that was a long position there off of this area of demand resting down here off the 24 range chart. We're breaking structure to the upside, pulling back. Key area of demand resting right here on the 24 range, and I took it basically back up to this area of supply sitting right here. There were gaps in the NB field going back to the upside. So 2 small trades today on that one there. Let me see how many points I picked up. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for me today. Looks like we broke structure here, so we broke multiple areas of structure pushing higher. So and looking that we were bearish coming to the downside, we had this high and this low here in between this major leg here. My bias now has shifted and looking, possibly for opportunities to go long. But I'm done for today because I've taken 2 trades already, and that's my limit. If you're trading out there, please be safe. If you're interested in becoming an elite channel supporter or member, the link is down in the description portion of this video. You'll find it. It says Elite Channel Supporter, I believe. Click on the link. 2 tiers will pop up. Choose the tier for $6.99, and that's going to give you access directly to all the trade breakdown videos. What those are trades that I post over in the Discord, right? I post my screenshots of my entries, and then I break those trades down as if you were like sitting right next to me, talking about stop loss placement, profit areas, market structure, just kind of going over like you were sitting right next to me, and I was giving you a one-on-one session in a sense, talking about what I'm looking at, why I took that trade, walking you through the process. Okay, it's only $6.99 for anyone that's interested. You also receive the trade, what am I trying to say? The video playlist and a great video that I cover surrounding market structure for anyone out there. But other than that, if you are not a current subscriber, please take the time to sub by clicking the subscribe button down below. Make sure to turn your post notifications on so you do not miss one of the uploads that I post here on the channel, here on YouTube. And outside of that, if you would do me the biggest favor and click the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm looking here at the market, guys. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see everyone in the next video. Take care.